All right. Awesome. Hey, how are you? It's Kevan, Kenney, live from Billboard right now in New York City for On the Record. And our special guest today, Mr. James Arthur. I was going to say, you're also known as my mom's favorite artist.
No way.
Yeah, I swear. My mom just learned to text. Does your mom text or your parents text at all?
Yeah, my mom's quite she's quite modern.
Yeah,
I suppose.
She's up on it?
She's up on it. Yeah. That's amazing. I mean, mom's favorite artist.
Well, she gives me these music reviews now because she knows I work here. I host this show. She'll be like, oh, new Harry Styles. Kind of like it. Or this one, not sure. But the other day, she heard Can I Be Him?
Okay.
And she's like, love the new James Arthur, all these cabs. Like the longest text she's ever sent.
Yeah,
so you got to give a shout out to her and
that's
also
shout
to
out.
you on the new song. But I want to talk about, we have to start with Say You Won't Let Go.
Just say you won't let go.
Just massive. Billion times streamed online. I think earlier this year you were the most Shazammed man in America at one point. You probably knew you had something on your hands when you wrote the song, but did you ever think it would get this big?
No is the simple answer. Not at all. It was just it seemed like such a simple, honest song that I intended to be part of an album just full of kind of confessional type songs, just relatable, simple music. I was going through a weird time and I felt like I needed to make kind of a redemption album. I was overcoming adversity. I was writing all these redemption songs, and Say You Won't Let Go was just it was supposed to be a bit of kind of light relief for this heavy album, and it became the lead song and everyone went wild for it. And man, I'm so grateful to all the people that have taken it to their hearts, and it's now like a wedding song and stuff like that. I would have never ever have imagined that it could be so popular.
You talk about it becoming a wedding song. Has there been a story? I'm sure you get stories all the time from fans about what the song means to them.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Is there anything that stands out, or a story that stands out that really was just amazing? It took you back, like, wow, this piece of art that I made means that to them.
The common thing is that couples will come up to me and it's a beautiful thing. Like your song, they'll say the same thing. Your song is the song that me and this guy, we fell in love to it, or we decided to get married when we heard it, or it's our song now. And that's why any musician, any singer-songwriter gets into this, is to try and be a part of other people's lives and try and touch other people and move people. And that always blows me away. Some people are asking, are getting down on one knee at my shows and stuff. So
it's wild to see that, man.
It's crazy.
Breathtaking stuff.
That is great.
I want to talk about your story. You're very open about your story, and I think that's amazing because it's an important story of coming back and being resilient. And you're very nice to be so open about it. But it's a story that's never been told here on Billboard. And I want to take it back to square one, and even before X Factor, because for those watching right now that don't know, you won X Factor back in the UK.
Yeah.
But that all started with a past due or a late electricity bill. Is that true?
Yeah, that's right. Growing up, I was in rock bands, kind of like Nirvana-esque sort of stuff.
You got the Slayer hoodie on.
I got the Slayer hoodie on. Yeah, I'm a big fan of music in general, but rock and soul and R&B, these were the genres that were very close to my heart. And rock was something that I could do. I got in a band, played rock, and I wanted to make it in a band basically. And X Factor or these talent shows, they were never in my plans. One day I was sitting at home and in my little bed seat the size of most people's bathrooms, I lived an austere life. I didn't have very much, and my electricity went out, and I called my friends and family, please borrow me some money. Nobody would borrow me any money because they knew I would probably waste it, to be honest. Eventually my mum manages to bribe me into auditioning for the X Factor. Because it was in my town at the time. They were doing a mobile audition. So I didn't want to sit in the dark for the next 3 days. So I said, okay, I joined the queue. And man, 4 months later, I'm the X Factor winner. And 4 years beyond that, I'm here with a hit song in America, which is, where I dreamt of being when I was growing up. I love the culture here, and the music that I've grown up listening to comes from here. So it's an honor.
Yeah, it's wild. I wanted to go back to the moment you went X Factor because I can't even imagine what that had to be like, because instantaneously you're probably one of the most famous men, in Britain and the UK.
I suppose so. Yeah.
With thinking back, what I mean? Just how many people watched that show. For people watching right now that will never be in that position, what was that like? Because I know that was really difficult.
I hated it, to be honest. I didn't like. Hate's a strong word. I didn't. It wasn't meant for me at that time. I wasn't ready for that. Psychologically, I wasn't ready for that. Like I said, I lived a meager life. A simple life. There was not many expectations other than to keep the lights on. So to have all this attention so quickly, and have so much judgment and so much scrutiny so fast, made me want to press the self-destruct button. I had a very public meltdown, and it was terrible. I lost everything. I lost my deal, and when an X Factor winner goes away, you tend not to ever hear about them again. So I knew it was going to take a miracle for me to come back and be taken seriously, and the only way I was going to do that was by making good music.
Right, and you certainly did. You came back with an album called Back from the Edge, an incredible record. And it's funny because, for the most casual fan watching right now, they might think of you as that guy who sings the song, right? Say You Won't Let Go got so big that they might think, oh, this guy's got one song. But nothing could be further from the truth when you listen to this album.
Bless you, thank you.
I thought, if you didn't mind, just dive a little deeper into some of these tracks that I love that I think are important when people are trying to get to know you. One of those songs is Remember Who I Was.
Yes, sir.
I love that song. You sing on that song that you took that poor boy and you changed his whole life. I was wondering, who are you singing to when you say that?
I was singing to my fans and to the people that believed in me. It was almost an apology because, when, in the UK, that show is kind of an institution. It's a staple part of a lot of people's lives. And every Saturday night, 11, 12 million people were tuning in at that time when I was on the show, and they were voting for me, and they took me to their hearts. And the way I behaved post all of that made me feel very embarrassed, looking back. So that song was just me going, look, I was lost, and I remember who I am now. I'm a guy who just wants to play music for you guys, and that's what it was about, really.
Yeah. Another song that I love that my mom likes as well, as I told you, Can I Be Him?
Can I be him? Can I be him?
Yeah.
I love the video for this. It looks like
You
it's
like
in
the
New
video?
York, but I've heard it was in Germany. Talk
Yeah,
about shooting. 'Cause you're on an empty subway.
It was supposed to be in New York. I think budget and probably timing dictated that one. But Germany's great too. I love Germany. Yeah, it just felt like it needed to be. It needed to give you a sense of unrequited love, like me sitting on a train and like admiring this beautiful lady and her not ever noticing me. And I think everybody at some point in their life has experienced that. We all fancy somebody that's out of our league. You know what I mean? So, we just wanted to depict that with the video. I think we did an okay job.
I think you did too. And this book you're working on, I want to talk about.
Back to the Boy.
Back to the Boy.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
This is cool because, going back to how open you are with your story,
Yeah.
I've heard this is kind of like maybe 50% autobiography, but then also 50% little self-help thrown in too.
Yeah, man. You've done your research. I like that. He knows everything. When the opportunity to write a book presented itself, I was very nervous about it, and I didn't want to. I felt a little bit embarrassed about putting out like this success story, this autobiography, this tell-all. I wanted to make sure that it did two things. It helped people get to know me and why I have been the way I've been, how I am where I am, and also ultimately to inspire people. That's why that's what we all need to be doing, is joining the movement to get people to talk about mental health issues, which is, I think, so important in today's world, because so many people are suffering with it, with anxiety, with depression, and we've got to talk about it. And that's a lot of what the book is doing. The Back to the Boy means let's go back to the roots. Let's go back to why we are where we are and why we feel the way we feel.
Yeah. You've got a busy couple of days here in New York. Actually, not just New York, LA too. You're doing the Today Show. You're going to be on Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
And then you're doing the finale for America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
That's got to be pretty cool, though, because this is sort of like a return to, does it feel like a return to your roots, this talent, this nationally televised talent show?
I guess so. It does, yeah. When I heard about that, I was like, what, me on the final? Big deal. I'm nervous about it.
Are you nervous? I wanted to ask you. Do you get
I
nervous?
am. Yeah, it's America, man. It's so big.
Yeah.
It's so big, and there's so many people watching it. I'm looking forward to it, but it does, yeah. When you get on that stage, there's a different type of nerves, because it's live. That it's watched by all age groups. The demographic is so diverse, and And if you impress, and you people, you could become a household name.
Yeah.
And
Well, you're certainly on your way there already.
I might be there in England, but it would be lovely for people to get to know me more in America. So I'm hoping to impress on the show.
Yeah. You've already got moms texting their sons about you, so I think
you're exactly. I'm winning. You're
on your path for
there
sure.
We go.
Again, the album Back from the Edge, it's out everywhere now. Stream it, buy it, do whatever you got to do to listen to it. And the new one, Can I Be Him? Both check out the video and download it too. It's a phenomenal song. James, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Cheers.